3 weeks later.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's doing fantastic as always. Guys, it is like December 17th. We got 1 week till Christmas. Last time I checked in, we were working on the wiring. I got this side all done. My buddy Seth was out here the other day and reminded me that, hey, you forgot to put an alternator wire in here. I still gotta wire the IAT sensor in, but I first need to drill the hole a little bit larger, and I need to order the right plug for it. Fuel injectors are on their way, and pigtails for the fuel injectors are on their way. If you look down here, you'll notice that they're not loomed up all the way, and that is so that we can chop and put the proper injector wires in. O2 sensors all in, the harness for the coil packs is there, and today we're gonna focus on this side of the engine and the back half. Today's goal is just get everything ready to be chopped, cut, and wired into the ECU. So that'll be the last upload of it, along with a test hit. We're gonna see if it'll actually try to start. You heard me right, try to start. I know it's not going to start because it doesn't have fuel, it doesn't have a whole bunch of things that it's gonna need, but we're gonna be able to test the system. And in the last video, we will also probably go ahead and flash the ECM so we can at least get into it and check, see what it thinks, see if it likes what it sees, and I don't know. Like I said, it's a learning curve here, so let's dive into this. I'll say, oh, we also got this pretty new piece here. This is the ICT billet alternator and power steering mount, which we're not gonna use power steering, so we just got they sent us this to a grooved idler pulley so we can route around everything. I think that's gonna give us a problem. You see that line? The hood used to fit without having to have a hole put in it. It's gonna need a hole in it now. I'm like 99.9% confident that alternator is gonna stick out the hood, which is okay, because at the end of the day, I think the intake tube's also gonna come like one of these. So, guys, well, let's dive straight into this and get this thing all wired up. So let's go.
Tomorrow.
I left you guys, I'm trying to remember where I left you guys yesterday, to be honest here. I think I left you guys and we were wrapping this piece up right here, so got that done, that's there. Got some hardware this morning to weld onto the floor pan firewall so we can mount the ECU. That's the wiring as it sits now. Still gonna have to extend some, definitely gonna have to shorten some. Before we loom all this end up, we're gonna figure out what we gotta shorten in length. So now I'm gonna focus on this half of the engine. We gotta get a crank sensor in, coil packs for this side, fuel injectors, starter wire, starter signal wire, which is gonna be this right here. That's our starter signal wire. Actually, we might not use that. I think we're gonna use that for our starter signal. And then we have an O2 sensor harness around here someplace. Where's it at? There it is. That's the botched up bit of O2 sensor harness that we have left. So we got to get that in there. We need knock sensor. The thing about the knock sensor harness, this uses actually has another harness that plugs into it, and basically it then splits off underneath the intake and then goes into each sensor. We've got these blocks that are gonna go down here, and actually, courtesy of ICT Billets Amazing Shipping, we actually have those. Here they are. Try this again. So I got these ICT Billet LS Gen 3 knock sensor relocation, which these are super duper cool. I don't know about you guys, but if anybody out there does LS stuff, like you gotta normally take the entire intake manifold off to get to the knock sensors. With this, you don't gotta do that at all. So even if you did this on like your stock truck or just whatever build you had, you could just mount your knock sensor down here on the side of the engine, use an extension harness, and bam. So it's kind of what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna run this harness down with everything else that goes down to like the crank sensor area, and we'll plug this in if we decide to use them. All right, so back to wiring, guys. I'm gonna get to it. Enjoy, back to a montage. All right, frankly, I think this thing looks freaking amazing. Like, it's turned out way better than I anticipated it. Not saying that I thought it was gonna look awful by any means, but it's definitely looking pretty fresh. I'll pull these out, solder them in, and then we'll heat shrink those ends. And I need to replace the coolant temp sensor, tap this hole out because it's not big enough. So we still gotta wire the IAT. I found out on a recent thing last night that this is not needed, so that's junk. And not too bad, guys. We got the O2 sensors all routed down. We got the coil pack. And then on this side, I went ahead and I ran a starter lead and a starter trigger lead along with the alternator separately from the engine harness. I did this for two reasons. One, I'm gonna run them directly to the bus, to the main fuse bus that's gonna be in the car. And then second reason I did it was trackside. I'm gonna pre-make alternator cables, pre-make a starter cable, just in case something happens and I need to swap one out at the track, or heck, for that matter, even on the road. I don't have to worry about the harness, the actual engine harness, being affected by either a failed alternator wire or a failed starter lead. So those are made external. They're just fiber taped onto the harness, and which will ultimately just be black zip ties because no one's gonna see it. But yeah, so here's where we're at. That's all that's left. Got a few wires down here. We just gotta shorten, extend, and whatnot. I still need to mount the ECU up there like that. I got some bolts today so we can weld those on. And then all this will just go right to there. We got our relay box. Where's the lid? So I got this off eBay. This is gonna go up in there someplace. I got this a while back. Little fuse box. It'll probably go somewhere in there. Something like that. I might put a little bracket just so I can have easy access and see the front of it. But yeah, we gotta get that mounted in there. Guys, I'm super stoked. Like, we're about ready to take the engine out. Got a little bit more here to do just to finish up the wiring. As soon as that's done, the engine's coming out. I have got a horde of parts back there for the RwdyAudi. We got oil pads, we've got the clutch, we've got slaves. I mean, I've got everything to make it run. And that includes the tokens for the ECU, so we can tune it on HP. If you are new to this channel and you've made it this far, please smash that like button. And if you enjoyed this type of content, don't forget, smash that subscribe button and get notified of all the content that we put out on this channel. Guys, you know the deal. Peace. I'm Audi. I'll see you on the next one. Hey, check out these two videos right here. I got two videos right here just for you guys. I hope you'll like them. I'm sure you'll like them. Go check them out.